Hello, hello. May peace and blessings be with you. I hope that you are doing well, my friend. Okay, so my setup is that I am using Zoom for live streaming into the Facebook group. If you are not yet in the Facebook group, if you're catching this replay elsewhere, then you definitely want to join my Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/wealthy startups. My goal is to simplify tech for you. Every week, I am going to take a topic and I'm going to simplify that for you so that you know all the steps of how to build the tech behind the scenes so that you can continue to make progress on your business goals. Friends, we are going to learn how to create workbooks and resource guides. I am going to show that step by step. I'm going to be using Canva for that. There's so many different platforms you can use for creating your workbooks, creating your guides, but the one I love the best is Canva because it makes it super simple for anyone, even if you're not a graphic designer. And, even if you're not great with tech, no problem. Canva makes it quite simple for you. And I feel like the way I'm going to cover it, nobody else really covers it like that. So you are in for a treat, friends. So first steps for creating a workbook is really figuring out the plan. What do you want to include in the workbook? What is your topic and all that good stuff, right? So that is step one. Figure that out. If you're struggling with it or if you're not sure how to succinctly outline those questions and things like that, you can also use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas and things like that. I love using ChatGPT as a brainstorming partner. I am not using ChatGPT stuff as is because I truly just see that as a tool that we leverage to really bring out whatever we are wanting to say in a better way to communicate it to the right people. So that is how I am using ChatGPT. I will let you kind of do that on your own to come up with the questions that you want to include in your workbook. What I will cover is how to then design that workbook using Canva. Okay, so let's jump right in. I am going to share my screen, and what you are taking a look at is my Canva homepage screen. If you don't yet have a Canva account, please do yourself a favor, go to canva.com and sign up for a free account. You just need an email to get started. So Canva makes a lot of the features available for free. Anytime it's a feature you're wanting to use that is a paid feature, you're going to see a little crown next to that. For example, on the left right here where it says the brand folder. So creating brands and brand kits is a premium feature. So you have to be on the paid plan for Canva, but you can do a lot even without that. So to get started, it's free. And if you love it as much as I do and you end up using it every day, I think then it's a really good idea to get the paid plan and be designing things with better elements and all of that for sure. Okay, so we're going to go up here and we are going to search within Canva. So since I have my own content here and I have some brand templates here as well, it's showing me these two options as well. If you're new to Canva, you might only just see the Canva templates, which is fine, which is great, which is also what I'm going to search over here. Okay, so I'm going to search literally for a workbook and I am going to select the Canva templates over here and I'm going to hit enter and see what happens. So it's going to give me a few templates for workbooks. And if I hover my mouse over anything, it's going to scroll through all the different pages in that workbook. So this one has 14 pages. So it's kind of scrolling through all that. So I can just preview it without even having to click on it. And I really like that feature. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with what I see. If these are your brand colors or, if the style speaks to you, you can totally go for that. Even if it's not your brand color, no problem. You can still customize it, but just take a look to see if the layout is in a way that is close to the design you're wanting to create. As long as it's close enough, you can use that and just run with it, and I'll help you customize it all, the rest of it. But if you want to browse through some other ones, you totally can. This is also another one that you can take a look at. I do not spend a lot of time browsing through templates over here because that truly can cause analysis paralysis. And I am not into that. I literally give myself 5 minutes. Sometimes I set a timer. If I see myself spending a lot of time looking through templates and not making a decision, I literally just set a timer for 5 minutes on the clock and I say, okay, before the timer runs out, I'm going to pick something and I'm going to go with it. So the thing is that whatever you pick, you're not locked into that for life. You can always change your mind for this one or for the next one down the road. So please don't stress yourself out about any of this. Okay. So I am really liking pretty much all of these designs. If there is one that is jumping out at you more than the other, you totally can. Then and now. Okay. So I'm just browsing. It's also cute. I'm going to pick something that does not have the pro features just so that everybody who is trying this can follow along and does not have to get the premium version. I actually really like this one. Okay, friends, I'm going to go with this one. The reason I'm picking this one is that I love the white background and I love the simple font style. This is a lot like my style, but I do love a pop of color. So I'm definitely going to incorporate some color into this, but I am liking this. All right, let's go with it. So now that we have made a decision, we are going to click on it and it's going to open up this new window. Here, I can just click on customize this template and start working on this one. Or Canva does one more thing for you. This is a relatively new feature where after you click on it, it also gives you other designs that are similar to this one. I'm not trying to cause you analysis paralysis over here, but if you say, okay, I mostly like this, but I really like a different color or something like that, you may want to browse through this real quick because now it's narrowed down to similar styles as the one that you just picked. So just wanted to share that with you as well. I'm happy with the one we picked. I'm going to click on customize this template and we're going to go with this. All right. So I am going to, if you want to give it a date or something, you totally can. If you want to add your own logo and stuff like that, you totally can. I'm not going to include a date here because I don't really like dating content because it gets old pretty quickly. If you are happy with the pictures, you can keep them. If you want to add your own photos, you totally can. Let's jazz it up a little bit. Let's add our own stuff here. So I'm going to go to my brand folder and I'm going to see if my logos are here. So that's a different brand kit. Go to simplify one thing brand kit. Okay, so I am going to include our logo over here. Of course, it makes it big and obnoxious. I may add it right there. Okay, so this workbook is going to be about, what's this workbook going to be about? Let's make it about time management. Seems to be a hot topic. Okay, so see how the text size is huge. We can make it smaller by clicking up here, and I'm going to try maybe a 70 font. And the first one fit, the second one didn't. We'll try making it 65 and see what happens. That looks good, but I want to make sure that if this one is centered, if it's not centered on the page, I want to make it centered, but I also want to make sure like we have this much room on the left and right for the alignment. So basically I like white space all the way around. So here is a trick. You are going to go up to File and you are going to go to Settings. And we are going to add, we're going to say show rulers and guides. What this does is it shows you this ruler at the top, ruler on the left. And once you add guides, you'll be able to see those as well. So I'm going to click somewhere on the ruler up here and I'm holding and dragging. And this is going to be, it says it's 21 pixels over here. If you don't like the way this is displaying the pixels, I'm pretty sure we're able to change that also. Let's check the ruler. Where does it tell us? Because right now it is showing us this in pixels. And if you want to see it in inches and all of that, I'll figure out how to do that. It's just a display thing. Okay, but let's just say 21 pixels. We'll just remember that. And then we are going to go to the same thing at the bottom. So if the total is what is the total? Oh, interesting. It's not 300, it's actually 297. Okay, so 297 minus 21. Somebody do the math. 297 minus 21, 276. Okay, so this guide needs to be at 276, which it is. So that's beautiful. Do you see how I did that? So I checked the total. So it starts at 0 and goes all the way to 297. I was expecting it to go to 300, but it's okay. 297. That's what this design is. So I subtracted out 21 pixels and figured out what that marker should be, and I just added this guide there. So what this is doing is basically is telling me that I cannot go past this point if I want to keep the white space consistent on every page. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. See, if you scroll through now, it's added that on every page. So these are basically your outer edges that you don't want to have any element going past that. So I'm going to do the same thing on the left and right also, because I am somewhat particular about this. I do want to make sure there is plenty of white space on the ends. So we'll go with the same 21 pixels here as well. So I'm going to drop it here, and on the right, it's 210. So 210 minus 21. I can't do mental math. 210 minus 21, 189. Let's see, is that where this is? Yep, it's 189. So now I know that this T of this management is way past that. So people don't normally teach this stuff. So if you're learning this, count yourself lucky, friends. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to make it 60. Okay, so now this is good. And if I now want to make it centered or something, I totally can. And for doing that would be, I will click, I have this element selected. I'm going to click on position at the top, and I'm going to say center this thing. So if it centers it, it actually moves it too far to the edge, and I don't want that. So I'm going to reduce the size of this one so the box is smaller, and I'm going to hit center one more time. And now it's perfectly centered on the page with all the pictures and images and all that good stuff. And if you want to make the size of this thing the same as this, you totally can. No, I had clicked on the margin, the guide itself, and not the, whoops, I want to make you bigger. Let's try this one more time. Let me see. I'm just moving this. Okay, so it's like right at the edge of both of them, right? I'm just trying to make the box a little bit bigger so that when I center it, it's beautifully, perfectly centered, and the text is also centered. Okay, and if you don't like it centered and you want to, so this is still left aligned, right? So alignment of the text is still left aligned, and if you want to make it centered and all of that, you could, but I kind of like it left aligned, and we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so time management for, I'm going to say coaches. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's add some new pictures over here. We're going to go up here, and we are going to go to elements, and we are going to, I don't know, look for a clock element. I don't know why that's coming to mind, or actually hourglass. Let's do an hourglass. So I have all of these different photos and graphics and all of that I can expand and take a look at. I'm going to take a look at this one. This is looking beautiful to me. Let's try that. Okay, I'm going to go with that. And I am going to look for Target. I don't know why, but these random thoughts are coming to mind. So I'm just going to go with that. You're getting a glimpse inside my brain. See how my brain thinks. Okay, so I am kind of liking this one. I don't know why. So what I have done is I'm basically just dragging. I'm clicking and dragging and dropping over the previous picture. What this is doing is it's keeping the frame size the same, and it's just swapping out the photos. And down here, like I made it a little bit bigger because I was feeling that I wanted to have this name over here like this, but then have more space over here. But now after adding this, I'm almost thinking I don't want to do that. So just play with it and see how it feels to you and go with that. All right, so I'm going to go with that, and I am going to, if this is not in my brand font and I want to change that, I could come up here and select my brand font if I want. What do we use? I think we use now a lot. So I like simpler fonts. And I'm going to make this a lot bigger. I'm going to make this maybe 30. And of course, we would change it, right, to simplify one thing. And if you don't like the way this is displaying, if you want to rotate the text or something, you totally can. I will show you how. And I'm going to just move this in a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm clicking on this element, and I'm going to, let's go to effects and shape. I want to see, oh my gosh, I'm clicking all over the place, peeps. Okay, so see, when I click on this, I have this little double arrow thing available for this element. That is the rotation for this one. If I don't like the the way this displays or something, if I want to flip it or something, I can either rotate it this way, or there is a flip option also sometimes available on here. That's, I think, only available for images. Another way of doing this is you can click on position for this one, and you can also check the rotation right here. So if I wanted exactly 90%, 90 degrees, not percent, 90 degrees, I could do it this way also. Or if you want it the other way, you could do it this way. So plus 90 just made it the other way. And you can just play with that. Click on position. There's rotation. I'm pretty sure there's another way of doing this too. So many different ways of handling that. So you decide which direction you want to display the text, and then you can play with it. And even if you want to change the font style and all that stuff, you totally can. Okay, so I hope that you are liking what we're doing so far. I'm going to just lower this a little bit for some reason. I feel like it's going to get cut off slightly at the top potentially. So I'll just move that down a tad bit. Okay, so that's going to be our cover page. For the other pages, if you want to, if I'm going to click on this and see where it says fours. Is that the same font style? Okay, I'm going to change this one to, actually, let's just change it all. So for this font style, I want to make it my brand font, which is now, let's say. So I'm going to just click on that. And when I click on it, it's going to ask me at the bottom if this font style is used in multiple places. It's going to ask me, do you want to change it all, change it everywhere, or just here? If I click on change all, it's going to change it everywhere, including the titles and things like that. See, it updated it everywhere. So that's one quick way of changing the font style from one to the other. The other thing I want to change here is, let's say I don't like these colors for the where people are going to fill in the boxes for the answers. I want to change that. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to click on the color itself. And let's say I want to give it a lighter pink or something. If like pink was my brand color or something like that, or lighter blue, you totally could. And again, after you do that, it's going to ask you, do you want to change it everywhere? So let me see if I'm happy with this color or not. I kind of like this one better. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, so I'm going to click on change all, and it's going to change it everywhere. So it has updated my font style. It has also updated my background color for these elements, wherever it saw that. And I would just go through and swap out pictures if I don't like these ones, right? So this is a very quick and easy way of handling that. Let's say I wanted to add a page that also had maybe like a checklist type of thing. I don't see a checklist on here at all, right, in this design. Either I could pick a design that had checklists on there, or I can just add it. I'm going to just scroll up, and let's say down here, I'm going to create a new page after this one. So to do that, I'm clicking on this little add page button right here, and it's going to add a blank page. So to that page, if I click on here and I go to design, I can grab a design from here, or I can also search for something specific I'm looking for. So I'm going to look for a checklist design. And the beauty of this is it's going to show me all these different checklists here that I can pick from. Oh my gosh, such cleaning checklists. I don't know why it's calling my name. Let's click on it. Okay, so after I did that, it's literally adding that checklist here, and then you can modify that. So this font style does not match our font style at all. So I'm going to just come up here and I'm going to update it, right? And then same thing. If it's using a font style that you don't like, you can click on now. And it's going to ask, do you want to change it all? So I'm going to change it all. So it changed it everywhere on this page. It's actually changing it everywhere on the entire thing, wherever it sees that font, right? And then I'm going to click on this little black box, and I'm going to select, make it a different color, kind of like this way. And I'm going to change it all. So it's going to change it everywhere. How cool is that? So you're able to make updates to your design just by using that change all feature. And then if you want to change any of these, you totally can, right? My intention here is to really just show you a few ways you can take a template and customize it for your own needs and keep it going. Okay. So once we're happy with all the changes and everything, right? Like we'd go through, would add our own content and all of that, right? So just make all the updates, all the changes, make it look like exactly how you want to. And once you're happy with it, what you want to do is you want to download this as a PDF. And I'm going to click on download over here. One thing I forgot to mention is you also want to probably give it a really good name. I'm going to just call it test workbook. I'll just call it that for now. And it's going to change the name of it. By doing that, I'm clicking on share and clicking on download over here. So I want to select a different file type. I like making it PDF standard. If you are primarily going to be offering this as a digital resource, this is perfectly fine. If you want people to be able to print it, so yes, of course, you can build workbooks and things like that in here that people can print out, right? Or you can actually get them printed out and send them to people and stuff like that. So if that is your intention, then you want to select the best for printing, that PDF print option from here. I'm going to just select this. I am all about digital workbooks and resources and things like that. And after that, I'm going to click on the download button. So it is going to download it on my computer and it's going to place it on in my downloads folder. I can just click on the folder, it'll open it, or I can just click on the file itself and it'll open it in a new tab. And look how beautiful it looks. We did pretty well, right? Only in a few minutes. I mean, I would go through and update the rest of it later. You know, if I really were creating this to offer this as a lead magnet or as a workbook or a resource for one of my programs, I would totally spend more time updating and all that good stuff. But what I want to show you from here is if you want to make these fillable, right? So right now, if somebody clicks on it, they're not able to fill anything in, right? I'm going to show you how to make it fillable. So this is the part that most people don't show you how to do, but I'm going to do that. Okay. So you want to use a program, a platform called PDFescape. That's what we've used in the past. So I'm going to actually search for that, PDFescape. It's a free program online. If you have Adobe or something like that, that would do that too. If you have the Adobe editor version, that would do that too. But I pretty much just use this and I just use the online version. You don't even have to download it on your desktop or anything like that. So just use the free online version. Click on free online. I'm trying to think if it even makes you register or not. If you register, then you can, of course, come back to it and open up your previous files and things like that. But I am going to select this option, upload PDF to PDFescape. I think it's probably a good idea to log in. That way you don't lose your work. I'm going to just do it in one go, so I'm not worried about it losing my work. So I'm skipping that step. Okay, so it says drop your PDF here or choose a file and upload it. So I'm going to click on choose file and I am going to select this test workbook that we previously created. It is going to take a minute and upload this in here. And what we are going to do here is I'm going to go to that section where I want people to fill something in. Let's say this was a line that I wanted people to write something on here. So I'm going to go over here and I am going to click on form fields and I can make a text box field, a checkbox, text field, a checkbox, a radio button, drop down, whatever I want it to be. I'm going to make it a text field and I'm going to select and it is giving me this little thing. So I'm going to just click on here. Okay. If I click on it, it's actually making it to the left of that. So I'm actually going to undo that. And I'm going to click on it one more time, select, and I am going to drop it here. And I'm going to drop one more over here. And I'm going to drop one more over here. And I'm going to drop one more over here. You can be as precise with it as you want. Okay, so once it is done, I want to show you one other quick thing. Can you click on it and then edit that? Because I want to be able to adjust the size of this thing because I don't want it to cover the text over here, of course, right? So let me see if I am able to edit this part. Yeah. So I clicked on the edit button at the top. I just have to play with it sometimes. I haven't been in here in a while. Okay. So I'm just coming over here and I'm just making it a little bit smaller. So just by doing that, I just played with it a little bit and it is going to make it a fillable a little bit more. Okay. You get the picture, right? So let's fix this one too, comma. I'm sometimes having to click outside of that for it to not to allow me to select this. So clicking on edit one more time, clicking on here. make sure it selects that box before I start adjusting it. And if I want to move it up or down or something a little, like if I see that distance of this box from the line is not the same and I want to like move it a little, I totally can, right? It will allow me to do that on here. Okay, so once this is done, now this is fillable. If you download this PDF from here, these sections now will be fillable, and you can actually do the same thing with your checkboxes and things like that as well. There was one other thing I wanted to show on here. So once we do this, this one is a 1-row text box, right? So if somebody wrote something longer, or if you wanted a text box for a field like this one, where it's a paragraph where you want people to write a lot, then you want to turn on one more setting, and we're going to go explore that together. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to click on form, and there is a form field called a it's usually like a multi-line thing. All right, we'll go figure this out in a second. So I am going to just make this box, and I'm going to hit escape on here because I want to exit out of this thing, or click on this view button so it makes it viewable. I'm going to click on edit, and now I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to make it a bigger box so it covers this whole thing. And then I want to figure out how to make it fillable. Okay, click on this little settings button on here, and you are making it multi-line. Make it visible, make it multi-line. So that way, if somebody types in something, they can hit enter, and then they can keep going, and it'll basically let them fill in more than one line in this box. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. And once you are finished, then you want to download this. I'm trying to see where the download button is. It's on the left over here. You can click on that and you want to download it. And now this has a 1 at the end. So this workbook now should be fillable. So it is fillable. And if on this line, if I hit enter, it's not doing anything. It's not letting me go to the next line on here. But if I go down here and I say next line, it is working. It is letting me go to the next line because I selected that multi-line setting for that text box. Okay, so this is what you want to do, and store this in wherever drive that you're sending it to people from, a Google Drive, or if you're on OneTech, you would save this on the media library, in the media library of OneTech. For any checkboxes, you want to use that checkbox tool and not the text one. Let's do one more of these also. So I'm going to go to form field, and this time I'm going to select a checkbox, and I'm going to hit the select button, and it is going to ask you. So you can basically just line it up with the top edge of it, I guess. Should be fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. So this is how people create PDF forms that are fillable. Those last two boxes did not line up too well, but you get the picture, right? So if I download it now, it's actually creating a new one. I'm not worried about the extra copies. I'm going to delete them after we're done. Okay, so if I go to this page now, check this out. People can just check these off. So this way you can offer digital workbooks that people just fill out wherever they're saving them. Just fill them out there and they're good to go. So you have the best of both worlds. You have a PDF and it's fillable. So I personally like this option a lot. So even if people are printing them out, they still can print them out and handwrite on them, but then you're giving the flexibility to people who are digital, digital people, and they just want to be able to fill it in on their computer. So you can just do it like this and it should be good to go. All right, while I have you here, while you're thinking of questions, I will show something that makes my heart happy if anybody wants to jump in. So you all know about my Dream, Believe, Launch program, right? It's a mastermind. It's a 12-week mastermind. All right, my team has updated the photo here. I'm happy. This makes me happy. Okay, so it's a 12-week roadmap that we follow to get you from clarifying your idea all the way to launching your first paid offer, and also reflecting on that experience, delivering results, reflecting on that experience, and even crafting your next offer in 12 weeks. Even if you have no social media accounts and no following, we even get into that step by step, and we help you build your social media platforms. We help you build your lead magnet that allows you to capture leads to your ecosystem, in your ecosystem. And then you also get to create some nurturing content. Then you get to create your magnetic offer. You get to build your first sales funnel. You get to launch your program. You even get to create the content for your program. You promote your offer, and then you deliver results to your people. So if this is something you want to do, and it's a something where you want to know step by step how to do it, then this is the program you want to join. And the way we do this is we meet twice a week. We meet on Tuesdays to talk about the strategy, what needs to be built. We talk about the importance of, each of these steps, idea clarity or lead magnet, whatever topic we're covering that week. We stay focused just on that. You get clarity on that step. You answer a bunch of questions I ask to help you really figure out what that step is and what it means to you for your business, for your offer. And then when we meet again on Wednesday, I go into tech step by step. I show you where you need to go to click on to make that happen. So you learn everything step by step yourself. You're in the driver's seat, you're building it. And the rest of the week, then you have time to build that. You also have access to the replays. You also have access to me on Voxer. So if you get stuck, you can ask me questions and I help you every step of the way. The goal is to get you to launch your first paid offer using this program. Even if you've launched other programs, but it's like haphazard thing, and you're just like, I wish I had a process that I was following, then this is a program you want to join. And Mastermind with me will get your offer launched and have lots of fun while doing it. So if you're serious about it, please join as soon as you can so that you get the Zoom link and all that for tomorrow. And it's only $2,400. And I feel like it's like almost like a no-brainer when you look at and think about all the value that you get and how much access you get to me. And it's a small group. Like, I do not make the group bigger. I'm only accepting one more person at this time for tomorrow's mastermind. So if it's been something on your radar, on your mind, please jump in. Don't miss this opportunity. If now is not the time, no worries. Catch another one down the road. But if you want to join for tomorrow, I would love to have you there. Okay. Have a fantastic and super productive week ahead. May peace and blessings be with you. I love you so super much. I'll see you next time. Bye.